Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. You get the treadmill version today. Exercise and a tidbit. Okay, so there's another part of this question that you're 18 years old and this is the first time you're out of your country and you want to make sure that you're able to go on a B2, and is it okay basically if your friend sponsors you? Okay, well, first of all, it's not really the friend sponsoring you which is going to determine whether or not you get a B2 or not. Okay? I mean, it's helpful in that it shows by him sponsoring you that you're not going to have to, get money or need money to work or to, to sleep somewhere. So hopefully, by your friend sponsoring you, that means that your friend is putting you up at his place or making sure that you're properly cared for. So that's one thing. But the B2 says, and this is the law, the B2 says that when you walk into the consulate, that you are presumed, under the law, to not want to come back to your home country, that you're planning on staying in the U.S. forever. Okay, that's what the law says. I mean, not in those exact words, but that's the indication. And so when you go for your interview, you need to do a whole lot more than say, I have a sponsor. There's a lot of people who think that just because they have a sponsor in the U.S., that takes care of everything. And that's not the case. That's one element, one small element. You have to prove that you intend on going back to your home country after your visit. Now, you have a couple things going against you. You're really young, and because of that, you most likely don't have assets or a lot of ties inside your home country. You probably are single, don't have a family, no kids, so you don't have anything holding you back from staying here forever, okay? And because you're 18, that's perfect age to start school, college. So what the officer is going to think is that you're going to come to the U.S., you're going to go to this military retirement party, and then you're going to stay here and you're going to get it probably an F1, go to school, get your degree, then get a job, then apply for the green card, then maybe get married and stay here forever. That's what they're going to think, okay? And you are not going to have, as an argument against that, you can't say, well, I've got my spouse and my kids that are staying in my home country. I have my mortgage and my house and my assets. You don't have any of that. I suspect you're probably still living with your parents and that you're single. And because of that, it will make it more difficult for you to come in. Now, it doesn't mean that the B2 won't be approved. It just means you have a higher burden than other people, okay? I mean, there's people on both ends of the scale. You're 18, but let's just pretend you were, 75 and retired and your kids were here or something like that. That likewise also is very difficult because they know you're coming into the U.S. to have your kids take care of you and to, live out your golden years in the U.S. So either way, the B2, when my firm prepares a B2, we have the attorney cover letter, declaration, affidavits, evidence. We have everything showing why it's more likely than not that you intend on going back to your home country, okay? And that's the number one issue that you have to worry about and that you have to take care of in order to try to get that B2 approved. Because even if you pass the hurdle of the consulate and get the B2 visa, you still have to pass U.S. immigration. And once you fly all the way here and come to immigration, they might ask you and they might not believe you. Even if the consulate ultimately believed you and issued you the B2, you could travel 9,000 miles or wherever you happen to be from, come to the U.S., they could ask you 3 questions, not believe you're intending on leaving, and deny you, put you in secondary inspection, and return you ultimately on a plane to your home country with a deportation order. So there's a lot of things that can happen if the B2 is not prepared properly, especially with your age and so forth. So hopefully this gives you a little idea of what you need to do. I mean, don't be disenchanted or give up, but then don't go into the interview with an unrealistic expectation that just because you have a sponsor, you're home free. Okay?